Let's take a look at tech updates this morning. FoodVisor raises $4.5 million to track what you eat using AI. Now, this is interesting. French startup FoodVisor has raised a 4.5 million funding round after generating 2 million app downloads. Now, AgriInnovation is leading the round, and various businesses or business angels are also participating. In a few words, the startup uses deep learning to enable image recognition to detect what you're about to eat. It can detect the type of food, and it also tries to estimate the weight of each item. FoodVisor calculates the distance between your plate and your phone using autofocus data from the camera. It then calculates the area of each item in your plate. You can manually correct information before you log it. Okay, let's take a look at this video. I'll also talk about it. Let's look at this video. I would want us to watch this video now, and then we'll talk about how FoodVisor helps you watch your weight. So, very simple. You get your phone. Now, there's a platter, which you probably will talk about what we're doing in the kitchen this morning. But there's a platter there. Now, imagine you can see that platter, what you're seeing on the kitchen now. You get your phone, and then with your camera inside this app, you snap, like you see on that video which I just showed you. What it does, it'll calculate the food there, the calories inside, the weight of the food, and then it will advise you, should you take this, should you not? It is definitely something that would help you. Your me is already trying to, I don't know if you already have that downloaded.
I'm just trying. Can you guys see?
So I don't know. But this is...
see if this,
yeah, no, we can't see it.
This is something that really excited me when I saw it the first time. I really do love this. Like that food there, what you see on that kitchen there, you can calculate it all via AI. It tells you exactly what is there. It tells you the kind of food.
So
it tells you what it has.
Mike, are you telling me that if you organize fufu and eba and things and you use the app, it will actually tell you how many calories are in it?
So fufu and eba, there's a problem with that one. So fufu have different calories. They look small. But the calorie inside, it will take you, but it's possible, right? It's possible. It's possible. What I'm saying is that maybe probably we could have a localized version of that.
Exactly.
But what you see is that it does tell you, and then it can let you know, look, this is what you're about to take. Like you saw in that video. I think we should just go over the video and let's see some parts. This is definitely something that is revolutionary, and that is why they've been able to raise that amount in such a short time.
Yeah.
This is how it works. It's a lovely new tech innovation. Like, look at it. You snap and then goes. It tells you the kind of food there. Like you can see the fruit. It can tell you there. There's a granola there. Yeah. And then, I mean, this is cool. Look at that platter. And then it tells you, oh God, that cake you are eating, it will take you to the next level. This will add 2 pounds. What do you think about this, Tokpa? Is it something, I know, Tokpa, you made mention about joining the show and you wanted people to be part of it and all that.
My dear.
Is this something that you would like?
I would totally like this. I mean, it will make me conscious about what I'm eating and measuring it on this spot.
Exactly.
I think it's something I would totally go for, really.
I think
it saves me a lot of stress.
One of the things, I think one of the, just a quick one before we go back to Mike, one of the things that we need to do in Nigeria is to standardize our foods and our portions.
Yes.
It's not been standardized yet because of the peculiarity of our foods. So, but once we standardize, because internationally they have all these cups that they used to measure cups. But we don't have stuff that you can use to measure semo and things like that, except in the powder form. So
yes,
yeah. There was, what do they call fist in Yoruba? There's a fist size now.
There's fist size. There's mudu and derika and all of that. I'm talking about standardizing for the kitchen.
I can't believe it's just a mudu.
All right, so since Dr. is excited about teaching me, I want to check out her page on Instagram and help her be a part of that show. Let's see how much she can lose in a particular time. Moving on from that, now Twitter holds plans to remove inactive accounts until it can memorialize dead users first. Now, the company says the progress impacts accounts in the EU only for now. Now, that important tidbit wasn't made clear when the news broke on November 26th, but far more important is that Twitter has recognized that it can't go around deleting accounts until it finds a way to preserve the accounts of people who've died. Now, I quote, "We've heard you on the impact that this would have on the accounts of the deceased. This was a miss on our part," the company tweeted. Now, we will not be removing any inactive accounts until we create a new way for people to memorize accounts. Now, emails sent by Twitter last Tuesday warned that any account that's gone inactive for more than 6 months could be subject to removal if customers fail to log in by December 11th. Now, presumably, that deadline will shift. Okay, so now this bodes a lot now. Now, what happens is that Twitter, of course, cannot know if somebody is deceased or has passed on. So what happens is that an inactive period of 6 months, once you're inactive and you have not logged in, they tend to delete your account. I know quite a number of people who have had their accounts deleted, and of course, they're still alive, but what happens now is that if for a period of 6 months, which they probably would shift, they want to find a way to memorize tweets and keep them so that somebody can have access to a person's account, even if that person is deceased. So I think that's quite a good one. It's AI, so you're not very sure. You can't really find out if somebody has passed on, and maybe that's the reason why an account is inactive and all of that. I know for Facebook, it doesn't work so much, but for Twitter, that's something they've been doing, and they're looking at working a way to make it better. So hey guys, so that Twitter doesn't recognize or think that you're deceased, log into your Twitter account at least once in 6 months, right? That's all we can take on Tech News this morning.